Hello, happy Monday. Thank you for joining us for our Be Relentless webinar. We are happy to have you. We're happy to have you joining us, whether you are on Facebook or Campus 21 TV. Thank you for carving the time out of your day to spend it with us and do some learning about some of the tools and tricks for the real estate business here in Canada. We at Century 21 Canada are thrilled to have our guest today. We have Jason Dolle and Jessica Atwood from TestimonialTree. They are our latest tech partner, and they will be providing our review platform moving forward. We've been working on this for a couple of months now. They've been doing lots and lots of work behind the scenes to get this up and running for you. It is starting to roll out across the country, and we wanted to give you an overview and a look at what that is today. So Jason, Jessica, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
We're excited.
Yeah, it's great to have you. And you have some really cool stuff to show off to our network today about things that they'll be seeing in their own accounts in the weeks to come. So I will turn it over to you to give us an update on what people will see.
Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, thanks again for having us. I'm Jason. I'm the founder, CEO of the company, and Jessica here runs all of our customer success. So again, we're both excited to be here today, and we'll both kind of help walk you through some stuff. And I think the idea today is just to kind of give you an overview of the platform, kind of show us some of the benefits, and get a little more detail of how you get in the system and whatnot. So let me share my screen really quick, if you don't mind. So you should see a white screen. Do you guys see that?
Yep, it looks great. Thank you.
Great, cool. Okay, cool. So real quick. So yeah. So again, the quick agenda. This should probably be a half hour or less, just so you know. Give you an overview of the system. We'll show you how it works. And just to preface that, all the folks on the call, agents, managers, brokers, you guys already have an account with us through some data syncing. So don't feel like you need to go out there and sign up. We already got you set up, which is great. We'll show you how to use this for marketing. Testimonials are super powerful in many different ways. We'll show you how to access the system, let you know what's coming next, and answer any questions. So real quick, I'll give you some background just because I think it's relevant for real estate. Again, I'm the founder. My background is actually more technical. I'm a computer engineering is my degree, but I sold real estate for a number of years here in Naples, Florida. And I had one customer that came in on a private jet and flew up the same day and bought a $4.5 million house. And so I was like really excited. I was like major, huge, biggest deal I ever did still. I mean, for my whole career in real estate. And I was like, how do I get in front of this guy's friends and family? I thought, well, maybe social media is the way to do it. What's he going to share? Maybe a testimonial. So I tried to find a system that just sort of did that, and I couldn't find it. So I didn't end up using my background and build it myself. And it worked really well. And some brokerages got wind of it and wanted me to make it a product. And so we ended up where we're at today, which is we have over 100,000 users. That number is actually a little bit old now. But the pedigree is real estate. Everything we've done, the whole product's all been driven by feedback from agents like you, brokers like you guys. So everything you see is pretty much homegrown. And just to touch on a few points, we still do testimonial collection, obviously. We're a testimonial-tree. And testimonials can be transactional or non-transactional, meaning you may get testimonials from folks like mortgage providers or title people or home inspectors. Could be anyone that you have a connection with. Even if you're a new agent and maybe you're just new to real estate, even your past career, maybe get testimonials from those folks. We also do surveys. Surveys are generally transactional, and we integrate with your transaction systems to automate that. And testimonials are still a part of surveys. You can get testimonials in the survey. So that's how most of the testimonials come in. But what's great about that is you don't have to do any extra work to have those requests go out. So I'll show you how that works. We syndicate and share testimonials on your websites, your profiles. Again, we'll show you that. Tons of integrations outside of the transaction part. We help give a lot of analytics and benchmarking in the system for you guys. We can help generate reviews in other places besides your site if those other third parties like Google are important to you. There's a whole SEO component to this, and really that gets a deeper conversation, but really we're helping provide user-generated content, it's called, and it's your customers saying great things about you. And it's really a bunch of text, which is really what SEO likes. So having that live and be fresh on your site helps with SEO generally. And we're working on syndication with realtor.ca as well. We do that in the US here for realtor.com, so that's coming soon. So on the technical side, what testimonials are for is to help really increase conversion rates. And you can use them for different ads. So pretty much any place you guys are doing your normal marketing, you can use testimonials to increase those conversion rates. When I'm selling here in Florida, if I had a sale in a high rise, for example, I'd make a postcard and have a testimonial on that. Be the whole back would be a testimonial, and I'd send it to the whole building, because assuming people might know who that person is. So pretty much anywhere you are doing marketing, testimonials can help. And we integrate pretty closely with Moxie and those suite of tools. But all kinds of tools as well. If you're using CMAs or open house software, we have people use it for ads, all kinds of things like that. Jessica, you want to share what these look like? And
so these are our widgets that we have pre-built in your account. These are a great way to display your collected testimonials on your Moxie website. Once you have these collected, we obviously want to continue sharing them. And, these 3 pre-selected widgets are available. Once you are inside your account, you'll be able to easily find these, and then you can add them onto your agent website.
And the cool thing you can't see here is that the way we format the data internally, it's very conducive for SEO and for getting indexed by Google with stars on your domain. So I'll show you that later. It helps you with the reputation, basically. And I'll show you how it works, but also why it sort of works. And I know from selling real estate, this is something that you feel like you're in the business of shelter. It's a basic human need. When you help someone find a house or a home or sell their home, they feel a lot of gratitude. Like when they feel like they should give back or need to give back. It's a kind of a basic human sort of trait. So if you ask for testimonial or feedback during that euphoric sort of period, hopefully that happens after the closing, they're very likely to do that, especially if you make it part of your ask. You say, hey, my company is going to be sending a survey out. If you don't mind filling it out, that'd be great. It's going to ask you to share it on social media. If you don't mind doing that too, don't feel like you have to, but if you don't mind doing it, really appreciate it. If you get them to say yes to that, and every time I did it, they said yes. So, and if you feel comfortable asking, they're going to probably say yes. And they're very likely to do a testimonial and share. Just increases your conversion rate for your ask. And and if you get a little bit more geeky on the psychological side, this book is something called reciprocity, and reciprocity is that feeling of like you need to give back. So, and on the technical side, on the left there, you'll see that's what the email will look like when it goes to your customers. It's just an example. And we do reminders, so they don't do it the first time, which generally will be the day after closing. But we'll do a number of reminders. They don't do it the first time. Excuse me. And then based on them clicking that button, depending on what kind of transaction it is, it'll have a survey. And the survey will have stars, something called Net Promoter Score, which is a 0 through 10 question, like a loyalty type question. You can figure out your advocates if they're 9s and 10s, basically. That's the people that are willing to sing your praises. So they can answer those questions. And then based on the stars, generally, if it's less than 4 stars, the testimonial text will change to feedback. So you still want that story. You want them to go tell you what their feelings are and have a way to sort of control that in a way. But if it's 4 and 5 stars, the text is testimonial. And then again, that syndicates to your website automatically based on the logic we have set up. Also, there's other workflows where we can help get reviews on places like Zillow or Google, if that's important to you. And then this is showing you a little bit of another site you can syndicate to that'll help index on search for stars. So the whole idea is to get a lot of 5-star reviews everywhere, and then Google sees it and they show, when someone searches your name, you just want a bunch of good stuff to happen. So that like even if they see your sign on the side of a road or heard about you from their friend, even if they aren't really researching you, but just type in your name into Google to go find the phone number, if they see anything negative, they're going to be like, oh man, I'm not sure I want to push call, or just nothing at all. They're a little bit like skeptical still. If they see a bunch of 5-star things, 4 and 5 stars, they're feeling really confident about pushing that call button. And I know in the US here, the studies that realtor.com and Move put on are most people only interview one agent really, because most of the interview process is now done online. So if you don't have all these things online, you're sort of maybe already failing the interview process without even knowing it, if that makes sense. And this is where it becomes more relevant. Maybe you can talk about this part, Jessica, if you don't mind.
Yeah. So once those surveys are completed, so once your clients have clicked submit, you're always going to be in the know. We want to make sure that you are aware of when your clients have completed those surveys. So you'll receive a notification in your email. You'll be able to review what your clients have said about you right away. And like Jason mentioned before, we really want to take those 4- and 5-star reviews and get those, syndicated to that directory page and to your website. But we also want to give you the control that if you didn't want those there, you can certainly take them down. So from within that notification email, you'll be able to click right into your account and you'll get taken to this testimonial direct marketing page. And you'll be able to see right away where it's being shared. So if you, for any reason, didn't want it to display within your widgets on your website or on your directory page, we give you that option to still uncheck those. They're in TestimonialTree. It's still there for you to review, but it doesn't necessarily need to be publicly displayed if you didn't want it to. And of course, our image generator, we showed you earlier how you can put together those postcards or images to continue sharing. You can also do that right from this testimonial marketing page. So it's really nice to have that control. We use that star rating, but you can still always go back in and make changes if you need to.
Yeah, so the whole idea is to make it super easy. So this email on the left you see is probably the next, if you have a closing coming up, that's the email you'll see when the customer submits a testimonial. And this image generation tool, you can see it in the background there a little bit. It's branded for you guys, so it's already like set up the way you want it, that your company wants it set up. So it makes it super easy. And also some best practices. You can share the image, you can share the text. This is the text one actually. But best practices is that you probably don't want to share 20 of these at one time. You might want to pepper them into your normal sharing, but maybe like once a week. But the goal is to maximize the comments, likes, and shares. And you can do things like tagging your customers if you're friends with them as well to kind of increase that network marketing effect. But the thing is, if you share this right now, within probably 15 minutes, you're going to have 20, 30 likes because it's, again, another human sort of thing. Your friends and family on Facebook, for example, want to see you do well. And so they'll pat you on the back. So if they assume you're sharing this, it's like you're sort of proud of the service you delivered. So you have another network marketing effect as well, too, by having your friends and family then comment and share, because then their other friends and family might see it as well. So it's really, really powerful. And, it's something you definitely should work into your normal sharing. The other thing that you can do is the manual request. So on the bottom, when you log in, on the bottom, you'll see a button that says collect testimonial. It'll bring you to a page. We have a number of options, but you can easily use a form to send out a request to that person that may or may not be part of a transaction. I know I had a customer that was another really high-end customer that didn't end up buying in Naples, Florida, where I was selling. They ended up buying another part of Florida, not because of what any service that I, was lacking. It was because this other part of this state had a better place to boat. Basically, it had a big yacht, and so I still could use that testimonial because he has an interesting network of people. And again, mortgage people, titles, people that you may not want to ask every single transaction, but live outside. If you get a mortgage person to share something great, that could be, have a great benefit to you. There's also some ways you can cut and paste some things and add it to your email signature, for example. So it's pretty handy. You want to talk about this part at all?
Sure. So we showed you earlier that the survey can have a workflow where, again, if your client provided a 4- or 5-star review, we can continue that survey workflow onto an additional site such as Zillow or Google My Business. So again, on the left-hand side, when you're in the platform, you'll be able to click on review generation and manage, and you can add those sites. So you can actually go and grab the URL to your individual Zillow review page, or if you have your own Google My Business page, you'll just copy those URLs and add them into your review generation. And that's really a great way to continue getting the reviews on those sites from your clients.
And this is a screenshot that we provided from your company. So in your back end, you already have an account. There'll be, when everything's turned on, it'll have a little link to TestimonialTree in there. So that's how you can access the system through single sign-on. But you also get email notifications once it's turned on as well too. So you don't have to log in there to see if anything's new. You'll get notified, like Jessica was saying. Our success is your success. So our goal as a company is to make this so easy for you that you don't really have to have a lot of support. This should be really super simple. But if you need any help, so the first line is, the great thing is it's who you go to now. So you have your brokerage concierge. So we're training those folks to be able to help you if you need help accessing the system or have a question about some part of the application. There is also in-application support. So if you have a simple request or something that you need, maybe an article on that that could help you quite a bit. We're going to be doing some more webinars that may be more specific to certain parts of the application. So maybe it's marketing, ways you can leverage that. So to help maximize your benefit. And one thing I mentioned too is all your existing testimonials should be pulled in. So if you don't see something, let us know. We think we got everything, obviously, but there's all should be there. So you shouldn't lose anything moving forward, which is great. We have a really cool team. I've been blessed to be able to attract some great talent. But Jessica here is the one in charge of the customer support. And Justin also is, if you have other tickets, he's probably going to be in the front lines helping you. But that being said, we have like 150,000 users. Not that this is exactly relevant to you because you have a concierge, but just in general, we have a lot of uses. We'll probably send out almost 2 million surveys this year. This is several months ago, but we had only a few tickets. So we pride ourselves on how easy this is to use. And our response time was less than an hour. So we're on top of this. We really pride ourselves on delivering fantastic service, just like you guys do for your customers. You're in control. As a summary, like you guys can turn this off and on as far as like if someone says something, even if it's positive. I've had some agents that they might have a good testimonial, but someone might have mentioned something political at the end or something, and they're like, hey, I don't want to show that. I want to, it seems a little controversial. So you're in control. It should be super easy. I mean, it's basically automated. Everything that we can do is pretty much automated. So you just keep doing what you do best, keep selling, creating fans, creating advocates. If it didn't help you grow, it didn't matter. So like this whole thing is built on trying to leverage these excited, happy, enthusiastic customers that you create every day and help them leverage that in a way that's really meaningful through social media, through your site. It's real estate focused. That's the pedigree. We have a lot of successful customers, obviously, and great support. And one thing I'll mention, it's not a bullet point here, but it also is really cool for morale. So I can tell you, there's so many stories where like an agent, there's one in particular I'm thinking of in Charleston here in the US, where an agent, the broker told me this agent had a deal that had ups and downs. It was a really difficult situation and was really had to jump through a bunch of hoops and to get this thing to close. And then it closed. And at the end, this person wrote this very heartfelt testimonial that sort of recognized all these little things and details that this person went through to make this thing close. And the agent he said the agent just cried. So it was like tears of joy, basically, like that all this effort that went into this deal, someone recognized it. So at a deep level, that's what I love. What we do here is like, we're helping you capture those little snowflake stories that you're helping to create every day, because every story is different, every person's different, every experience is slightly different, even though it's going to be hopefully excellent. And we're in a unique position to be able to capture those and help you leverage them. So we're really blessed to be able to curate this stuff for you. So that's really is our passion, and we continue to evolve the product. And you guys will be in the front line of all those evolutions too, with where we head. So that's pretty much it. So I guess at that point, if you have any questions, I don't know, Lee, if you are able to let us know.
We do have a couple of questions that have come in. We have been doing our best to answer them in the chat, but we'll get these ones as well. Can you just go over again what will happen to people's real satisfied reviews?
We're pulling all those in. So they're going to pull into the new system. So I said, I forget how many tens of thousands that we imported. There were a subset that we have to manually match based on like a team name and things. So we're working with your team to get those all set up. So in theory, if you see anything missing at all, let us know or let your team know. We should have all of them. So
great. Thank you. Someone else asks, I can see how to get a testimonial, but not how to send a survey. What am I missing?
So generally speaking, surveys are done at the corporate level. So companies will say, how did it go with agent Jane or John Doe? For the most part, agents, what they care about is testimonials. Like you want the marketing part of it. So a testimonial in our system is sort of a mini survey. You can do stars and they can still write the story. So generally speaking, when you're saying a survey as an agent, you probably want to be able to send out the testimonial request, which is the non-transactional part. The surveys generally we feed from the integrations we have with .loop or whatever systems, Lone Wolf. So whatever systems that the companies are using, we integrate with that and we syndicate that way. So as an agent, you probably aren't going to be able to send a survey per se, but you have like a mini survey, which is the testimonial request, if that makes sense.
Great. Yes. We have, excuse me. We have two questions that are the same. Do we have any control as to which clients it is sent to? And are surveys sent out automatically? Can we manually do it in order to control who we send it to?
You would answer that one?
Well, so they are automatically sent out. Again, we're always using that star rated system. So if a client were to ever say something and left that 1 or 2 or 3 star review, it is not going to display anywhere but within your dashboard. And even like Jason was saying earlier, if it was a 4 to 5 star and you still didn't want that to display, you can always still unpublish it. But it is going to be automated through Lone Wolf. It's going to automatically go out. And again, you will always get that email as soon as your client clicks that submit button. And then what was the first question again? I'm sorry. I think I answered
it was the same about manual versus automatic.
Well, and one more thing I'll pepper in there too. I'm not
yes.
sure. Maybe I'm not. I forget exactly how we have this set up on this part. But if there is a transaction, this usually happens where a customer is like, in different really affluent markets where someone wants to be anonymous. If there's in a situation where you really don't want to have this survey go out for a specific customer, there are ways we can do that just to cater to that need. So it's not super common, but it does happen. So if that comes up, just let us know.
Okay. We have another. When I log in, I see other agent testimonials from my office, but none of mine. This sounds like something for support.
Could be. And if you are a manager, I'm not sure if it's an agent or maybe someone who's an admin of a certain office location. If you are an admin, you should be able to see the testimonials for the agents in that office. But if it's just a single agent, then yeah, we would definitely want to reach out to support.
Right. If I have a personal and C21 account, can I get you the referrals from the personal account with Real Satisfied pulled over?
I think the short answer is yes. So whatever you need, we'll get that done. It's no big deal. So if they have we may have already pulled it over. Honestly, it depends on how that was set up. So, but yeah.
On my testimonial tree, I currently have some reviews that aren't mine. How can I remove them?
Well, that is a problem. So yeah, was the import process. Maybe we mismapped something there because we mapped based on some names. So let us know. We'll get that clarified. We're in the middle. That's one thing we didn't mention either. This is launching soon. So like in theory, it's all set up in the back end, but it's not officially launched 100%. So we launched several offices as pilots, but we're still in the midst of getting some of that set up. So this is the time to kind of raise your hand if you see something that's weird so we can get that corrected before we fully launch.
Great. Final question. Can we ask our office not to send to everyone, but ask us first?
I think that's a question probably for your broker there. I mean, technically, yeah, there's a way we can blacklist sort of agents so that the requests don't go out. So that's possible for sure. But generally, we generally that for all the transactions. So if you only wanted a certain ones, that might be more of like use the manual request in our system instead of trying to figure out a way to only let the surveys go through for some other folks.
Great. Okay. Terrific. Thank you very much. We had lots of questions today. People very interested and excited about what's ahead. So Jason and Jessica, thank you very much both for being
Thanks for having us. We're so excited. We're excited to get this going. And, if you have any needs, and one thing I'll leave you with too, like I said, this whole system is built from sort of like ideas and requests from folks like you. So as you use the system, if you have ideas or you say, I wish it did blah, 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 like never hesitate to let us know, because that's how we constantly get better and serve you better. So, we welcome that kind of stuff.
Well, thank you very much. Great information. It kept it short and sweet and got people excited about what's to come. So a great way to start a Monday.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye.
We'll see you.
Bye. And thanks everyone for joining.